RFM is recency, frequency, and monetary amount. And it's an indicator about customer value. And so you will code in the following way individual customers. Look at the three variables in your database, in the customer database. And first of all, you will look at recency. Recency means how long it has been since the customer last bought with the company. So for example, 1 week, 1 month, 6 months, etc. To have this information in database, you can sort in an ascending order the customers according to most recent purchase date. You have the customers who bought recently in the upper part of the database, and those who bought not recently, the oldest one, are listed in the downer part of the database. And then you will sort the data, will then divide it in 3 groups, 1/3 in each group, and you assign a mark from 1, the best mark, 2, 3 to the best. I'll show you, look at this table. So I have a database with 3 types of variables, so recency, frequency, and monetary amount. So we have the first 2 customers who bought 1 and 2 months ago, 2 customers who bought 3 and 4 months ago, and another customer who bought 5 and 6 months ago. You will sort them according to ascending order. So the most recent customers are placed in the upper part, and the least recent customers are placed in the lower part. And then you assign a score. Here they are on the right side. So 1 for the first 2, who are the best customers, 2 for the medium customers, and 3 for the lowest tier. You have a first score of the first new variable based on recency, called recency, with numbers between 1, 2, and 3. You have here, again, I repeat, the best customers here, medium customers, and low recent customers or inactive customers. The next step is to do the same thing for frequency. So frequency means how often a customer buys from the company in a time period. So you will sort the customers in your database in a descending order, and you will have the highest value, the highest purchase frequencies in the top of the database. And the customers who buy less frequently are placed in the bottom of the database. Again, you will divide them in 3 different groups and will assign a score between 1 and 3 according to the quality. Again, my example, you have 2 customers who buy very frequently, 10 and 9 times. Then you have some who bought 8, 7 times, and some who bought less, 6 and 5 times. I have ranked them according to a descending order. So I have the most frequent customers in the above part of the database and the least frequent customers in the lower part of the database. And I assign, again, a score, 1 for the most frequent customers, 2 for the medium frequent customers, and 3 for the least frequent customers. Okay, now I have 2 new variables, recency and frequency, based on the score between 1 and 3. And finally, I do the same thing for the monetary amount, that is the money that the customers have spent on each transaction. Again, I sort by a descending order, so I have the most important purchase amount in the upper part of the database and the least important amounts in the bottom part of the database. I divide again in 3 groups, and I give a score between 1, 2, and 3 according to the quality. So again, you have 2 customers who spent 180 euros, 2 customers 70 and 60 euros, and 2 customers between 50 and 20 euros, which means that I assign a score to these 3 groups. So group 1, I will have score 1. Group 2, I will have score 2. And group 3, I will have score 3. Now we have the RFM table in the database. So we have created 3 new variables, RFM, recency, frequency, monetary amount. And now your best purchasers are those here with the code 111. The worst customers are here with 333. Now you have an easy score, which you can use to segment your customers according to the value. Platinum or top customers are the 111 group. The least customers, the ivory customers, are the 333. So this means that you have segmented them in 3 groups, and you can allocate resources to them according to these codes. In priority, you will invest resources into the 111 platinum customer. You will invest less money, so an average amount to your silver customers, the 222. And you will invest no resources to your baddest customers, which are the 333 customers, which means customers who did not buy recently, so they are inactive. And when they buy, they don't buy frequently, and they buy for small amounts. Whereas here, the 111 customers are customers who bought recently. They buy with a high purchase frequency, and they buy when they buy for a higher amount. So you have easy segmentation model indicating you the value of customers and indicating you the importance of customers to which you should invest money. You might have also some customers, for example, recent customers who buy frequently, but for a low amount. For example, 113 customers would be customers who buy for small amounts, very often, but for small amounts. So you might decide that you spend some money to give them incentives to increase the purchase amount, because your target would be to transform a 113 customer to a 112 or 111 customer. On the other hand, you might have customers with 33 for recency, but 1 for monitoring. This would be a highly interested customer because he does not buy a lot of times, and so his recency is low and his frequency too. But when he buys a lot. So it would be interesting to convert this customer, to make him a recent and frequent customer, in order to make from 331 this customer a 111 customer. To do a differentiated view in the segmentation in order to see actually who are customers who might get developed, which are actually not so clear, which are customers with a high potential, but the actual value is low. So this might help you to take decisions if you can convert these customers. This is the RFM analysis, an analysis based on the value of the customers.